Well, hey, everybody. Welcome to another Wednesday evening live stream here at the Shower Door Professionals Group on Facebook. Good to see you guys. Happy Hump Day. As you know, every Wednesday evening at 5:30 Pacific time, we have this live stream, and everyone's invited to jump on and participate. If you want to join us here in the Zoom room, just go to the post there on Facebook and click on the link, and it will allow you to come on in and join us. Hey, yeah, so we're going to try something a little different this week. I got a few videos. We talked about this last week during our live stream of just taking a video of your van, your truck, your service vehicle, whatever it might be, and how it's set up, and you know, how your signage is on your vehicle, and just kind of send it over, and we kind of play these live on the live stream and just see how different people do their trucks. So I have to tell you, you know, it's like I'm busy. I mean, I really I can barely make it here on time on Wednesday evening, so I haven't even looked at any of these videos. So I'm hoping that, you know, all of these are like, you know, PG rated or not anything beyond like R rated or anything.
You didn't say that.
But we'll find out here pretty soon. But anyway, as we get started, I just want to welcome everybody. I see Bill Dobbins here with us. How you doing, Bill? Ali Ben's here again. Good to see you, buddy. Brandon Castro, Steve Nunn, Tim Connell, and me. I'm Chris Phillips, and yeah, kind of the regular crew here. What's going on out there? Anything like really new and exciting happening?
Nothing big this week.
Cool.
Same daily grind.
Yeah.
How'd you do hunting last week there, Brandon?
Saw a lot of stuff. Nothing worthy. I'm going up this weekend, taking the family for this weekend for Labor Day, and I'll hunt in the morning and in the evening and stuff, hang out with them during the day.
Cool.
Awesome. Well, hey, I guess we'll get started on this. You know, a couple things to think about while I stream this video is, first of all, the sound's not going to come through. So as we do it, if it's your video, I'm going to kind of need you to just kind of narrate it for us. So, and then for the benefit of the people who aren't watching this on video, who are just listening to the podcast, you can kind of, you know, get an idea of what we're doing here and what we're looking at. So we'll give it a try and see what happens. I think it's going to be kind of fun. I think I'll start with Bill Dobbins. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and share my screen, play the video, and see what happens.
Oh, good job, Chris. All right, so I walked around in the back of the shop and grabbed the first truck that I got. We used the Ford Transit's 250s. Have them lettered up pretty good. And then when you open up the back, it's not in perfect order, but it's pretty darn good. We build this glass rack on the inside, keep all of our gaskets, extra channeling, levels, T-square, any long items on the bottom. I think you see a dustpan and broom in there. Now you see the cardboard, those are 4x8 sheets of cardboard. And what we do is unstrap that yellow strap and put each panel of glass individual in between each cardboard sheet. And then ratchet it down. So that's secure there. Then on this side, the installers have their buckets with their paper towels, caulking gun, levels. And then in the truck itself, you'll see a battery operated fan for the construction jobs. Obviously toilet paper, very important. Spray away cleaner, drills, and this neat little tool organizer kit that has all of their screws, anchors, and things they need for different situations, spacers, setting blocks. On top there is spare hardware of our most common size hardware. Then you have your shop vac, blanket, always laid out with the chop saw, step stools, and that divider which is really good between the back of the truck and front. Not only is it a safety divider in case you hit the brakes, they don't get impaled by the channeling or the glass. It keeps the air conditioning up in the cab, and it's also much quieter up in the front. So it's efficient for air conditioning and quieter when you're driving. So that's it in a nutshell. It's tall enough to get some pretty good panels of glass there. Any oversized panels, we'll just send out the manufacturing glass truck, the big glass truck. We'll go right to the job site if they're oversized panels. That's it.
Well, that's nice, man. That's very concise, and you kept it down to like a couple of minutes. Good job.
Yeah. I'm always interested to see what everyone is running and how they're securing it, you know, in case you're hitting the brakes or whatever, if that glass goes flying, or how do you keep it protected so you don't get chips and scratches as you're loading and unloading?
Yeah, great idea. So now tell me something. How often do you guys kind of revisit, you know, what your list? Now, I know that you've got a number of trucks, and I know you shared about this a little bit in the past, that you have all of your trucks laid out the same, so that you they're all outfitted the same way. And then if I remember right, it sounds like you have somebody who's in charge of just going through the trucks, making sure they're stocked up and they have all the necessary, you know, gear. Is that right?
Yeah, the installation manager in our Naples, Fort Myers area that handles 10 trucks. And then each of the other remote locations has a store manager, and they're responsible for the trucks at their locations. So yeah, we have an inventory checklist. So they'll just make sure that if the guys used a spare set of hinges, that either they took the old ones and put them back, or they filled out a requisition sheet and got a new one for whatever reason. Whenever they fill out requisition things, whether it's for hand tools, vacuums, they have to have the old one back, because the installers are responsible for their tools. If they leave them at a house, then they're responsible to go either get them, or if they leave them at a job site, they have to go get them or replace them. But if they wear them out and use them, all they have to do is turn in the old one and they get a new set. That keeps the guys from accidentally stealing them, or at least being more conscientious about leaving them behind.
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome. And so now, do you like have a kind of a regular schedule where you decide we're going to go ahead and revisit, take a look at our list, see if we're really using everything on the list, or if there's something that we're missing off the list, something like that?
Okay, so every Wednesday is the checklist day where it goes out. So every Wednesday morning is when they do that, check on the inventory, all of that, and revisiting, you know, the hardware. It's just really, we use the 80-20 rule. So what do you use 80% of? Well, it's chrome, brushed nickel, and now it's matte black instead of oil rub bronze. So those are the three that they carry in the truck. The rest of it, we'll roll the dice, and if they don't have it, they don't have it. And you know, we always keep a spare truck at the shop, and I always have an extra guy at the shop. So if he has to be a runner, he runs it out to him. Now, each store, even the remote stores, have backup hardware. They all have inventory. So if I was in Orlando or Tampa and they needed matte black or oil rub bronze, they have it in the store also. So each store has its own inventory, and then each truck has its own mini inventory.
So regardless of what the location is, the truck's going to be laid out the same. So if you were to send a guy from one location to another, maybe to cover for somebody, or if they're extra busy over there, guy could jump in that truck. He'd know where everything was.
Yeah. When we order the trucks from Ford, they already know the bin package that we get, and we get it the same way on all of them. That way, the guy in the shop that goes and starts, like if I'm ordering a new truck, he'll already at the shop he has a whole list of items that you needed to outfit a truck, right down to the extension cords and 3-prong adapters and everything that he needs. And that's something we constantly revisit. We always make sure we have Stabilo levels. It just goes on and on, the tools that we use.
Awesome. Thanks, Bill. I appreciate that. Okay, so let's next, I think we have got Brandon DeCastro coming up next. All right, so let me see how smoothly I can do this.
Geez, his trucks look like mine.
I know, huh? It's taking after you.
I don't know what I'm even saying right here.
What are you saying?
Get to the truck. So I think
Is that your kid or what?
Yeah.
Where'd you borrow a kid?
Right. So we do a full wrap on all of our vehicles, all of our large glass. We have an external rack on the one side, and then we carry the majority of our shower doors on the inside. It gets shaky right here, trying to hold the kid and words and everything. We use the windshield rack on the inside. So shower doors fit perfect on the inside with the windshield rack. You can hold a ton of shower doors in there. They don't really slide forward at all. We have the bins, the storage, overhead channel that goes through. We have the barrier, the division. Open this side up. So all the tools, drop cloths for the houses. In the black bin, we carry extra hardware offset hinges. So if you go out to a job and they do need to be switched to offsets, we have offsets in there. Ladders, screws, pretty much all the basic tools. And then we have our bins and everything to carry it, but really similar to Bill's. Insides, we keep super clean. No food or drinks are allowed at the end of the day when they park the vehicles on the inside. No smoking in the vehicles. And just try to keep them as clean as possible. But that's pretty much it.
Yeah, that is clean, man.
Very cool.
Yeah. So now, do you use the same vehicles everywhere as well?
So
like
we do have a couple trucks because we do a lot. Like we do a ton of big glass. Like the wine cellars we do are huge. Like I mean, we're talking some 120-inch panels by, you know, like we're doing a wine cellar that I think is like an 80 wide by 120 tall back panel to a wine cellar. So we do some big glass. So we need some trucks to carry that. And some of the trucks haul glass a little bit better than the vans on the bigger stuff. And then the steel stuff we do, or if we get into like base shoe, need to have the goalposts and everything to carry that. It's hard to put it on top of a van and everything. So we do have a couple trucks for that type of stuff, but the majority of our shower stuff is vans. I prefer vans. It keeps your stuff locked up. It keeps it out of the weather. And it's just, it looks cleaner, and it's a rolling billboard compared to a truck. So, and then we put, you know, in Arizona, and I would imagine in a lot of states, that division partition between the back area of a vehicle, like in Arizona, it's illegal not to have that because of safety. So ADOT out here will actually fine you for it. They've actually pulled us over in a truck. We had a truck that it just had a ladder. It had a ladder rack on the truck, and it had a glass, like just a glass rack in the back, and we're carrying glass. And we didn't have a metal screen over the back glass of the window, on the back glass. And they pulled us over and gave us a warning to get something welded there, a screen to protect that back glass, which was interesting. But so
you may have already said this, but how big of a piece of glass can you put in the back of the van?
In the back, I think on the, I don't remember on the Transits, but the old ProMasters, I think we were able to get like a 58, 60-inch piece, tall wise in there. So you can get, I mean, you can get a pretty big sheet in there. The problem is if you put really tall glass in there on those windshield racks, when it rocks, it starts to bend the rack a little bit. So, but it's not too bad when there's multiple pieces in there. So
like standard, like if you've got something like 30 by 80, yeah, no problem.
Simple. One guy can slide it in there, slide it out. It's easy to load. I've been doing that for years. Like even when I started the company, I was working out of a truck, and I actually had I had one of those in the back of my truck, and then I had an A-frame that went over it for bigger pieces or for mirror, and I can slide glass in between the A-frame shower doors and just slide them right out, and it's just super easy. They don't really slide forward with that rubber, so and you have the locking things on it, so it works out pretty good.
When I started out, my very first vehicle was a Honda Civic, and it had it had the lift back, and so the seats folded forward.
Yeah.
So I could fold the seats forward and slide, a piece of glass in there. Just kind of leave it hanging out, put a little red flag on it. And, I could do okay with that. And then my next vehicle was actually a van that I bought from my buddy for like about $500. I think it was a Astra van, if I remember right. And it was similar because it was a utility van. You could take the seats out. I think it had like 2 rows of seats, but I would leave the seats in and just fold them forward and use it the same way I use my Honda, just like kind of slide the glass in on top of the laying flat, which is not recommended.
Right.
For transport glass, but it
got
me through, those starving days.
We used to lay a lot of glass flat in the back of the truck, a shower door, just lay it flat with buttons on top of buttons, and just stack glass on it. And it's easy to transport. It's just a pain in the butt to get out with one person without scratching a panel, trying to lift it off the right way, But going back to that partition thing, the first van I bought was a used GMC Savannah van, just a panel van. And it was a nice, clean van, and we didn't have a partition in it. And one of my employees, his car was messed up and he asked to take it home. And I let him take it home. And then the next day on the way to work, sun was in his eyes and he ran a red light and T-boned the truck. And the good thing was it totaled the van. Nobody got hurt, but it totaled the van, and it didn't have a partition, but there was no glass in the back. So it's a good thing because that stuff will just come straight forward, especially if you're carrying mirror or something like that.
Man.
So.
Yeah. Do you remember The Exorcist?
Right.
Or no, it was wasn't The Exorcist. I think it was The Omen.
No, I haven't seen it.
Where it's like an old movie where there's a glass truck and they have a mirror or a piece of glass flat, and I think it's The Omen, and it comes out and decapitates somebody. It's really gnarly.
Yeah, bad stuff.
Yeah. But yeah, people don't really carry glass like that. Wink, wink, nod, nod. So anyway, hey, thanks, man. I appreciate your sharing that. Okay, I'm going to try this again. So I'm not sharing now, right?
No.
Okay, good, because that's what my computer is telling me, and I want to believe my computer. All right, I think next we've got Tim, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see.
Oh, that's me.
Yeah. Look at that. Tell us about your truck, man.
So that's my glass truck, since we do full service. So it's on a 1-ton Chevy dually, and we have a high rack, and then we have compartments on the bottom. And those blue bins have ones for all shower door work. And then we look up at the inside of the bed. I have my toolbox bolted down so nobody can steal it. And then since we don't haul glass on the inside anymore, we have a spot for extension ladders up above. And then one compartment, I carry my fin tool, nail gun, suction cups. And then we walk around the left side, going real slow. We have a high side rack. And that really comes in handy because we do a lot of window replacements. So we can bring the window out and put it on the high side and do all the work. And then up front, I have another box that has my drills and window tapes and sanding belts for my 1-inch Makita.
That comes in handy, huh?
Oh, yeah.
You got a notch that's a little bit shallow or something.
If you got to do something, and then I walk up and I have my signage on my truck. And I have my phone number and my license number. And so this rack was built by my dad in 1964 for a 1964 Ford, truck. And it originally had oak slats on it that were carpeted. So over the years, we've upgraded it. Oh. Where'd I go?
I don't know what happened here. Oh, I had to mute somebody. That's what happened here. Here you are.
So over the years, we upgraded it. And the last time we upgraded it, we went from another Chevy to this Chevy. The wheelbase was 3 inches wider, so we had to have the bed realigned to the frame, and now it's set up to bolt to any Chevy truck. And that's
so you adjusted your.
We had to offset the bed to the right to fit the frame. In the original truck, those compartments in the back weren't there. They were just open because back in the day, my dad had 5-gallon buckets of putty. So we enclosed all that and made that all storage space.
Man, that's cool. So that glass rack's made some money, huh?
And the first time we had it, it was on a 73 Ford. Then we went to a Chevy. We had to have it done. And the top of the rack was always bowed. And I thought it was because of the oak slats, because they will bow anything. But it was actually because the bed wasn't built right. My dad carried so much glass on it, it sort of bowed the bed and then bowed the racks out. So we had to have all that corrected. So, but that thing carries a lot of glass with no problem.
I'll bet it does. Yeah, that rack is older than me.
Yeah. So, and
That's awesome.
It's worked great over the years. And
is that what that BC meant before Chris?
That's right.
No, BC? I was a battalion chief in the fire department. That was my call letters.
All right.
Awesome. Cool. Hey, thanks for sharing that. All right. I think I've got one more here. I think this is from Steve. Let's see what he's got going on.
Can you hear me? Here, I'm introducing myself.
Yeah.
And so I've got a T250 as well. And just walking around showing the side there. And I kind of go to the inside to show the kind of height. You got a little storage up top. Nothing super spectacular inside. I've got a my glass rack on the out. I've got two glass racks on the inside there, showing some shoe covers, some levels up top there. On the other side, got some more levels, and the tripod. And we got some mastic, got some silicone glass cleaner, Chris's wheels, little plug, and some hand tools, caulk guns. And let's see, got some polys kind of tied to the roof up, some spare polys up there. A couple step ladders that are bungee cord to the wall. A little broom. I've got my pack out there. The bag, I keep my hand tools and drills and stuff like that. And then got some anchors and bumpers and all that stuff in that parts bin. And then the big box, just glass cleaner, paper towels, all the bigger stuff. And then I think I walked through the toolbox here. Let's see. Yeah, so I've got a kind of a full-size toolbox there. Got batteries, my chargers, some spare drills in there. Got some hand tools, bunch of different fasteners, anchors, screws, bolts, dowels, clips, stuff in that one. More screws, miscellaneous stuff, some drill bits, razor blades, more spare shower parts, bumpers, stuff like that in that box. Bunch of tape, different styles of tape. This little bin just got some different literature, some color samples, stuff like that. Gloves. There's a bunch of spare hinges, handles, clips. Hopefully the stuff that I have that I probably won't be in there when I need it. Some more tools there. I keep a polisher down here. If I got some scratches, hopefully I can buff them out before I leave and save a trip.
Right.
And got some lasers in there, some electronic level or measuring devices, bunch of random stuff there. Some blankets. Let's see, where am I at? I think I showed you need an ice chest. Got to have some drinks.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Let's see where we're at. And then I put a bed rug in all the last vehicles I've had in the last van. I put that bed rug in. It's about as thick as the rubber floors, but it slides a lot easier. So when I'm sliding things back and forth, it slides nice and smooth.
Oh, that's a good tip.
So this little cage got the flip up door, so I can carry 12-foot stock lengths of U channel, J mold, L mold, whatever I need. I can flip that door up and it pops out the front end there. No logos, no wraps, no nothing at the moment. Haven't done anything on this one yet. Kind of don't want much extra work. Got some ladders up top. Glass cutters, a little tablet there, some tape measures. That's about it.
That's a good looking truck.
That's it.
It really is, man. I mean, it's very clean, very organized.
Yeah, looks
So
good.
like you say, man, if you put your number on there, people will call you and you'll have to
Yeah,
work,
yeah.
man.
Right. At the moment, I try to ignore my phone as much as possible, but one day.
Super job, though, Steve. Super job.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like a pretty new truck, huh?
Nice
Yeah, that
toolbox.
one about 5 months old. I've got a low top. I actually sold my father-in-law. My father-in-law does glass, and he doesn't use it very much. But I'm kind of making him keep it that way I can buy it back. So, but I've got a low top Transit, and then this one I just bought about 6 months ago.
Very nice. Very nice. Yeah. So it looks like you like those Makita tools, huh? Or I mean, not
Milwaukee.
Makita, but Milwaukee. I don't know
The
why I said
Milwaukee's,
Makita.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's just so
Milwaukee.
much. There's so much stuff. They've got everything. So I do still have a DeWalt battery powered chop saw. That's kind of the only stepchild of the group, but the new one's about $500, and this one still works. So I can charge a DeWalt battery every now and then.
Yeah, I've got some buddies that in other trades, you know, who just love those Milwaukee tools, and I'm a little bit jealous, you know, because I started out with the DeWalts, you know, and it's like once you've got a few of those tools, you've got the batteries, you don't really want to start getting another brand of stuff, because then you've got, you know, a whole mix of different batteries and chargers and stuff like that. But the guys who use those Milwaukees absolutely love them, you know. And DeWalts are fine, you know. I mean, they're great, you know, but I don't love them like Milwaukee guys love their tools.
Right. There's so much to choose from.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I mean, they make just everything, you know, and so that's cool. And they all use the same batteries.
Right.
So hey, along those lines,
Where's your truck, Chris?
oh, you know, my truck is dirty, and I'll tell you what, I am slammed. I've got checks for thousands of dollars
Nice.
laying here on I don't have time to deposit.
Can't even catch them.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude. I had someone tell me no, and I was like, thank God. Thank God. You know, it's just crazy. But I'm not complaining, man. I'm having a great time. I was in Pacific Grove today. I had a couple of enclosures to do at one house. You know, it's like Starfire glass and nice home. And I have never advertised in that area, but people started calling me from there, and I've had several jobs down in that area. And so that's, if you're not familiar with our area, it's right near Monterey. It's pretty close to Tim's neighborhood, actually, over there.
Yeah.
So yeah, you know, it's like about an hour drive there, an hour back, and then, you know, a few hours on the job. So it's pretty much, that's a day for me. And yeah, so anyway, not much time for doing other stuff.
Where's Toon's truck? I want to see Toon's truck.
Toons! We want to see your truck, Toons. It's dark at where Toons is.
Is
It
muted.
is.
There you go.
Hello,
Go out there
sir.
with a flashlight.
What's up, Tunes?
Yeah, let me put on the light.
Got a van. You got the.
You're not sleeping in your truck, are you?
I got no truck, boss.
He's got a car. I mean, a van or a.
Yeah, I got no truck.
You
I
got an
just got.
SUV.
I got my tools box. Let me show you that. So, I mean, how did I put that on? Yeah, I think
What time is it there, Tunes?
it's 2:03 a.m.
2 a.m.
Yeah, I got my. This is all I got. I think.
Is that a Honda?
Yeah,
It's a Honda van or something, isn't it?
just got my gun.
You got to have that.
My gun, my silicone gun.
All right, yeah.
Oh, a silicone gun. That's not what I thought it was. Uh-oh. He's muted
He
again.
gone.
Yeah, you're muted, Tunes.
Uh-oh.
Oh, there he goes.
Yeah, I got my
There it
silicone
is.
gun.
He's back.
And I got my cups. I think I have cups here. Yeah. Then my social cups.
There you go.
And cups.
How does the glass get to the job, Tunes?
You said what?
How do you get your glass to the job?
We have to hire a boss. We hire a boss.
Oh,
Then
really?
we pay the boss. Then we move it to the
Okay.
height.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So we have to pay the boss. Then move the glass to the site. Then we start installing.
No
There you
kidding.
go.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whatever it takes.
Wow. I guess we are lucky in this
Yeah.
country.
Yeah. Yeah. Tell everybody where you're at, Babatunde.
Yes, sir.
Nigeria.
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 Yeah.
Wow.
You can see my sleep.
Oh, they're out.
That are my kids.
All right.
So it looks like you have the old flip cups.
Yeah, I have cups. Then the gun, the silicone gun.
Yep.
Then the saw, hammer, screwdriver. That's all.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's all you need, huh?
You
Make
said
it
what?
happen.
It's great. Hey, did we get Bob Dugan? Did he leave?
You said what?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, so back before I had a Honda, I was riding a motorcycle.
I'm just looking up of maybe starting my own business. Maybe I'm still working under someone. I'm still working under a boss. So maybe when I start business, I can start little by little, getting some other things set up.
Yeah, if you had a bus, then you could get everybody to pay you to take them around. Yeah, that would pay for your bus.
Yeah, to start up here is somehow hard. Somehow, it's just little hard.
Yeah.
The boss, when you are the boss here, you have everything. The boss, they just select. There are a lot of workers here. They select maybe 5, 6 guys. You may just get there a day and they tell you there's no work today. Then maybe you have to come tomorrow. You get there tomorrow, no work today. Maybe next tomorrow.
Yeah.
Then you keep going till they tell you, okay, today there is work. Okay, you just have maybe 2 guys or 3 guys. Okay, this is what you can do. Then you have to go $6 for that day. Then you have to go back home.
Yeah. Wow.
So good.
Wow. It's a whole different life.
Oh yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So does anybody have a new tool or piece of equipment that that you're especially fond of, something that you've gotten recently that's made your job a lot easier?
I'm hoping you do.
We built this thing. I think we built it probably 3 years ago, and we used it on a couple jobs, and we stopped using it. And then we one of my guys that built it modified it again recently, but we called it like the GCS 3000 or something as a joke. But it was a platform that had that had 2 suction cups built onto it. So when you're doing standoff railings, it takes usually more than a couple guys to be able, 2 guys to hold it and a guy to put it on. Well, we built this thing where one guy can stand on it and you can hit the suction cups, and then so 2 guys can do it. One guy has the panel with this little thing we built, this pool. And then if you need to adjust it up or down, you can let a little bit of air out of one of the suction cups while you're holding it and let it slide, and then pump it back up to where it needs to go. And then the other guy's working on the things. It's pretty sweet. I'll have to try to find a picture of us using it. It's kind of a cool little deal that we made.
That's cool.
It made our life a lot easier since all these panels.
I love that. Yeah, me and my brother were working together, for contractors back when, I was working with my tools and stuff. And we got to go to work up Northern California here. And they had this job with this weird, like outside, they called it a wing wall. And it was just this structure, like this steel structure that they wanted these aluminum framed glass, kind of like storefront glass window spandrel in, and there was like 10 of these buildings out there. And they had done one, and it's just like this one detail was killing them. It was taking them forever to do it because there's just no good way to do it. You had to try to, put the frame in it, then go up, and it was all done off a lift, off JLG, So me and my brother got put on this detail, and we're like, we can do this. We can do this in a week, like, oh, it took those other guys like 4 weeks to do it. It's like, oh, well, we can do it. If we do it in a week, will you give us, a day off with pay or something like that? And they're like, oh yeah, man, if you do that in a week, we'll give you 2 days off with pay. Like, okay, all right, man, you said it, So we did something like kind of like what Brandon's describing. We just took some cups and tied them off to the lift, and we put like a little outrigger off the bottom, and we had a guy just down there putting these things together. What we did is we just pre-built them, and we would come down, put the cups on, and then swing up. It was kind of like a big, like glass setting robot. Mm-hmm. And we were just, we were just laughing and like goofing around and setting this glass, and it was just going in really fast. And each time we go up, we would think of, oh, wait a minute, next time we do it, we should just kind of tilt it forward and kick it out with our foot, and so we try that. And yeah, it worked, that shaved like 5 minutes off of it, and by the end of the week, man, we totally just killed it, and it was just legendary. It's one of those things. It's one of those stories that people are still tell, Well, I still tell it anyway.
Nice.
You're infamous.
Famous.
Has anyone
the
ever
Phillips
used
brothers.
one of the glass lifts to set glass or anything? Big glass?
I wish I would a couple times, but no.
Yeah, we use them for the big, not storefront, but the office partition walls. The one with the wheel on it, it's like a dolly that one guy can get it in place and the other guy helps guide the top.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
Yeah.
We used it on a big wine cellar that was on the second floor. We had to lift this big panel up And it worked out. I mean, it worked out pretty good. We almost bought one because of all the big glass we do, because you can literally, they make them small enough that you can actually drive them through a doorway. You can turn the glass sideways on it and drive it through a doorway. The problem is, like with like wine cellars and stuff, we're using shower door channels. So like trying to lift and drop a big panel, you don't really know how much pressure you're pushing up to try to get that in, and it causes problems. So it's one of those things where like, it didn't make sense for us to buy it just to drive it into the house, to drop the panel right there, and then still have to have 5 guys on it to lift it in. You know, we were trying to be like, well, how can we have 2 guys on it to set this panel? And it just didn't work. But pretty cool machines. I mean, those things are pretty sweet.
Nice.
No, years ago, we did a parking structure over in Salinas, and the basement had all 1.5-inch insulated glass, true divided lights, and 2 guys could carry them, but you had to set them. They were 5 feet off the ground.
Oh,
So we went in there. I bought an engine hoist, had my welder make up a frame that the suction cups would pick up all the spots on the glass. We go in there and hook it up to the glass up to the suction cups and lift it up, and we had a strap on it. And once we got up into place, we'd let the strap go and it'd fall into place.
huh.
So a job that would normally take 4 guys, 5 guys to pick those windows up, we did it with 2, you know, and it worked great. I mean,
Pretty cool when you can fabricate stuff yourself to kind of make the job easier as you go. We had this big wine cellar that it was just a big glass cube. Like we literally had, it was 3-sided and then a big mirror that was 60 by 120-inch mirror with 2 big blowouts in it for the AC in this wine cellar, and had a glass lid on it. But one of the panels was 108 by 120, half-inch, and it was going into an air conditioning company showroom. So they had garage doors that opened up when you get it in. So what we did was we actually took one of our racks that we had up against the wall, and we fabricated. We took skateboard wheels and fabricated the morning of. Like my guy had a skateboard at the shop. He took his wheels off and fabricated this, where we made the rack actually lay down at an angle, and then we're able to lift it up and pull the back rails out and lay it completely flat, and then we can tilt it off the rack if we needed to roll it into the thing. And it actually worked out pretty good. We rolled it literally right over to the spot and rolled it up and set it super easy, but it was kind of funny, just making stupid things that work.
so another job we have the Navy School here on the Monterey Peninsula. They have a 7-story building with these plates that are like 6 by 8. And so you have to go up there and change them. And they have a concrete apron up there, like 7 feet wide. So I figured the job to do it could bring a crane in and lift all the glass up. And so I went and got a boom, put a rack on it, and picked all the plates up to each floor. And it worked great. If I did that today, I'd get shot, you know.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, you get away with a lot of stuff. Like what we did back, that was like, I don't know, it must have been 15, 20 years ago now, but you could get away with all kinds of stuff that you could.
Well, yeah. So the last time they did it, they decided, well, you need to put a safety cable up there. Everybody has to hook into it. It took them like a year to design this thing before my other competitors did it. They got up there, all the inspectors were watching them, how they were doing it and everything. And down at the other end of the building, here's the window washer just washing glass without a harness on.
Hanging from a rope, basically, right?
Yeah. It's a big apron. I mean, it's 7 feet wide apron. You can bring the glass up, put it on a cart, and roll it down to where you're going.
Yeah.
And they were, and they were all putty glazed, so we were burning out the putty. And now, you got to get the suit guys up there and clean all the putty out. So after that, we said, no, thank you, we're done.
Yeah, good call. Yeah, it's funny. I actually got one of those little lifts that Brandon was talking about, the rolling glass manipulator, they called it. And I was doing some of those glass bathroom partitions several years back over in Saratoga. So it was a pretty high dollar project. It was like this, they wanted glass, but they didn't want it to be clear. And they didn't want a rough side. They wanted both sides to be smooth, and they wanted to be obscured. So we ended up, getting it done with laminated, and they were big panels. Everything was floor to ceiling, and they ended up being like 9/16 thick. So I got one of those just for that job. And actually, I mean, it paid for itself on that project for sure. But I mean, you need a project where it's a big open floors, in order to, get it down the halls and through the doorways, and in order to make it worth using. And, in a small space, you really can't maneuver around. But if you've got the space to use it, it's incredible the amount of work that it can do. And you could like hoist the glass up in the air and then spin it, rotate it, and set it down. And, it's pretty nifty. That's one of my favorite little gadgets that I've got.
Yeah, but one thing you got to make sure of when you get this stuff, that the flooring will hold it, that you're on. Because we had a building, I don't know if you're familiar with a cow wall skylight.
Yeah.
So we had a building where we're going to do a cow wall. And I said, well, just get a scissor lift, go inside, and I can raise up. I got it there, and I started going on the flooring. I started creaking. I go, nah, this ain't going to work.
Well, I mean, cow wall weighs like nothing.
I know, but just to get up there, and because there's a ridge, skylight,
Yeah.
And I backed out.
Wow.
I sent it back. I wasn't going to have that lift end up in the basement.
Yeah, it was cool working with that cow wall, because it was like I said,
they
huge
were
panels, like
they were
5
great
pounds or something.
Yeah, they're great to work with.
Uh-huh.
I did a ton of those.
Yeah, I think I just did one project with that. It was pretty interesting.
Yeah,
good times.
Yeah, we did a project over in Pacific Grove. We put a big, huge cow wall in. A tree fell through it, and so my competitor, starts with a D, went over and had to replace it, and cow wall still had the plans on it, the drawings on it, 30 years later.
Wow.
So,
wow. Good stuff, man. Who else? Who has a nifty gadget they want to talk about?
Going back to the trucks, I'm sure everyone has one, but just first aid kits. Everyone has first aid kits on their trucks.
Yes.
Some super glue, stuff like that.
Actually, we just
tourniquets. You need a tourniquet.
You're right.
We do
For
like
sure.
a training on tourniquets at our shop. Like, so every now and then we get new guys. We'll go over the safety kits and stuff like that, or the first aid kits, and then we'll have we got tourniquets in every vehicle as well.
Yeah, but you got to watch out with tourniquets. What you do with them?
Yeah, you got to know how to use them.
That's right.
I was an EMT, so
was I.
my guys how to use them, but you can use them wrong. That's for sure.
Yep.
Well, I mean, and the rule is for tourniquet, I mean, you only use it as a last resort anyway, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Basically assume that the
Direct
limb
pressure,
that you
elevation.
apply it to, they're likely to lose.
Yep. Direct pressure, elevation, and pressure point, right?
Yeah.
And then tourniquet as last resort.
Exactly.
And tourniquet above the cut, not below it.
Yeah.
Yeah, below it. Put it below it.
Seen that a few times.
Right.
Between the wound and the heart, right?
Well, you were in the fire service, right?
Me?
He is now.
Yeah.
I am right now. Yeah.
Oh, you still are?
Yeah.
Not right now, but I am.
Not this minute, right?
Right.
Yeah, I spent
I'm
38
at my
years
second gig here.
Yeah, I spent 38 years as a volunteer paid call part-time firefighter. So been through all that.
Yep.
Cool. Yeah.
Pushing about 20 now, so.
Well, thanks for your service. It's like I think about this from time to time. There's a lot of people that they talk about, like the word hero is kind of overused these days, right? I mean, some of the things they call heroic, I really don't think are all that heroic. you know. But when it comes to really someone being in the front line, you know, who is really doing a service to humanity, I think of like firemen, you know. I mean, there's nothing political about the job. You know, it's like you go in, you know, you put out fires, you rescue people, and it's like it's probably the one, you know, government agency that you really can't use it for a political purpose, you know. I mean, I'm sure you could. I'm sure they try, you know, but that's awesome.
But you're right.
I mean, truly heroic, you know, what you guys do. That's right.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I really do. I'm not crazy about where all my tax money goes, but that's money well spent right there.
Right.
So what are we missing, huh? Anything else?
No, you did pretty good.
Yeah, I feel good about it. Thanks, you guys, for contributing the videos and stuff. You know, it's like,
yeah.
So what's next
kind of
week?
threw a curveball at us not having the audio.
I know that's something you have to remember on Zoom. The audio doesn't come through. So
It doesn't. Oh,
Yeah, I did not know that.
no.
You're wasting my time talking.
Chris,
Yeah.
you got to come up with something clever for next week now.
Yeah, something clever. Yeah.
Promote it during the week so people that aren't on it live can still send in stuff.
Right. Well,
Like
here's the thing. Here's the thing about that is that, you know, I'm very extremely busy. And it's like I can definitely make time to be here, but the idea of like making time to like, you know, to do a bunch of work, you know.
Oh, edit it and all that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm really not, you know, I mean, I didn't even look at these videos until we got online.
I could tell you just opened it this morning.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, I really don't have, you know, a lot of free time to compile stuff, you know.
You're really doing a good job, huh?
What's that, Tunes?
I said you are really doing a good job.
Oh, thanks, man. I love it. I mean, I really enjoy being here. It's a lot of fun.
You know, we gotta make it so that each guy tries to get 2 other people to join the Zoom. So if each person can get 2 more to join on this, it'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, you know, and I think
Even
there's a
one
lot
more.
of guys out there in the industry who have a lot to offer.
Yeah.
That probably just don't realize that we're doing this and how much fun it is, how cool it is. I know it's, you know, it's tricky for people because of the scheduling and stuff like that too, but I'm sure that there's a couple of people out there that we could get on.
Yeah, but if you look through the posts every week when you're posting stuff, there's a lot of guys that are on there a lot.
Yeah.
They're posting. It would be really cool to meet them, see what they're like. I've been trying to get Joe Flynn on here for the last 3 weeks in a row. He's just too busy.
Yeah, he's busy. He's looking for help and stuff.
Yeah.
I think I saw like 3 people posting that are hiring today, just alone today.
Yeah.
Everybody's looking.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I was looking at it today, and there were some hilarious posts on there.
I saw
The one with the glass wall with the
Dog.
line cut out and the door with the cinder block. You see that one?
How about the doggy door?
I saw the dog one with the single hinges on those little doors, and they're all they're like this.
Yep.
Yeah,
I think that's the one that had the partition with the cinder block. They had a pulley coming off with the cinder block hanging, and they wanted the door to raise up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. Look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at this. I mean, this is hilarious.
Nice.
I mean, I've never seen anybody try to put like one wall mount hinge like in the middle of the panel.
And plus, they flipped them over.
And, oh yeah, and they're in backwards too.
I think they just flipped one over though.
Yeah,
No, they're both flipped over.
Oh, are they?
Yeah,
They had to take them apart to do that.
but they were $250 cheaper.
I mean,
Look, check out this post from Chris Schwartz, handyman.com. I love it, man. Yeah, have them call this guy.
There's that drawing on the right side with the wine glass cutout.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was cute too.
Yeah.
And that one with the 2-inch panel. Hey, Bill, can you do that 2-inch panel?
Yeah, we can do a 2-inch panel.
2.5-inch panel. Can you do that
Yeah.
with all those cutouts?
Well, I don't know about cutouts. I didn't see the cutouts.
Oh no, there's got tons of cutouts in it.
Well, yeah, let me see if I can find that really quick.
No, I don't think that'll temper.
Yeah,
No.
Check this out.
They're all too
They
close
want
together.
this corner with each side with a cutout so that the two, when they come together, make the shape of a wine glass.
Okay, so they got to be in California, huh?
Because they want to be able to pass a wine glass.
Got a bunch of winos.
Is that a doggy door on the bottom?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little
Yes.
doggy door on the bottom. And then over here, this glass on the right is actually a door that slides up and down.
It's a counterweight with a cinder block.
With the cinder block.
Serious.
I love it, man. I love the stuff that people post on here. Hilarious.
Interesting.
Yeah, but all I'm saying, Chris, is you got so many guys on here. Rick Atwood, I've never met Rick Atwood. He posts often.
Yeah, I see this guy post.
Yeah,
And
he responded to me a couple times.
Yeah, he's a little bit of a smart ass, but,
Yeah.
but I like him.
Oh,
He'd fit right in.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't been kicked out yet. So, I mean, he knows how to toe the line, you know?
Yeah.
So he knows how to be just irritating enough, right? And still fly under the radar. So that's pretty cool. I like that. Yeah, great group. Great group.
Yeah, there's
So anyway,
a neat picture.
anyways,
Yeah.
that's how we roll.
All right. Well, it's time.
Perfect. Hey, thanks for showing up, guys. And
yeah.
we'll see what we can come up with next week.
Have a good Labor Day weekend.
Hey, Bill, you getting any of that weather down there?
Getting gorgeous weather.
Oh, so you're not, none of that
The hurricane's gone.
gone, huh?
You're talking about that? The
Yeah,
hurricane?
did it come through your area or?
No, it stayed out in the Gulf.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah,
Good to hear.
not good for New Orleans, but good
No,
for
I
us.
mean, that's a disaster.
Yeah,
So then we have Tahoe and everything else here.
yeah. No, we keep dodging bullets. They keep starting in Africa, probably Nigeria, and they start coming this way.
I didn't get that. Sorry, I didn't get that.
Tunes. The bad weather cyclones start out in your area.
No, our weather is cool. Our weather is cool, yeah.
Then they come through the Caribbean and up into the Gulf.
No, California, we just have wildfires.
Yeah, right. Right.
Yeah.
You need the
Yeah,
hurricanes.
bad one right now.
We need a hurricane up here to put all the
Yeah.
fires out.
No
Really?
kidding.
You know, my house is good up in Northern California, but now it's Tahoe is where it's.
Need to do some forest management out in California.
You think?
Lot.
Yeah, been neglected for years.
Oh no, you can't cut the trees down.
They're already down. That's the
You can
problem.
clean up the dead ones though.
They just burn them down.
Exactly. Clean up the dead ones.
There you go.
All right. See you guys next
Hey.
week.
Yeah, I'm going to see if I can find that clip from like The Omen or whatever it was
All
of the
right.
glass decapitating someone, and I'll find the clip and I'll post it to the group.
Perfect.
Then find a picture of your Honda with the flat glass.
Yeah, I'll see if I can find that. I'll bet you I can.
I want to see next week. I want to see everyone's vehicle they started out with in the glass industry.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That's a good one. Okay. Send your photos.
And the clothes they wore.
Yeah.
We had coveralls back in the day.
Yeah, there you go.
White coveralls.
Have a great week, guys.
All right.
Rubber flaps we carry glass with.
Good night.
Bye.
All right.